What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar. C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Jesus Coin. You know, there was something, I knew I was forgetting to talk about something yesterday, man. I talked about Jesus Coin, but there was something with Jesus Coin that I forgot to talk about, and I mentioned it a couple times in the Discord. I will leave a link in the description for anybody that wants to join the Discord. We do have the Bible study chat group in there. It's not actually a Bible study; it's a Jesus Coin study, but that's just, I like to be funny with my names, but. I mean, there's no rules, so talk about whatever you want in there, but it's mainly just the Jesus Coin chat. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that yesterday I meant to talk about the Heikin Ashi, and for those of you that know or don't know the Heikin Ashi, it's a different way to look at the candles, right? And I'll pull it up just like this, so you can see here, right? A lot of red, a lot of greens in a row, right? These candles here, all these green candles, there were red ones in the midst of that. If we go back, you can see there's a red one there. All these red candles here, there were green ones in the midst of that. But if we go back, right, it just looks like a solid color. So this is like a momentum shifting kind of indicator. It's a different way to look at the candles. And the way that these are measured or configured is it takes like the average, the closing, the price of the Heikin Ashi is the average of like the high, the low, the opening low, or I guess the opening price and the closing price. So it's the average between the high point, the low point, the closing price, and the opening price. That's where this closes, right? And I think the high and low overall will be the same. Yeah, like if you look at the low points, they're the same. The high points, they're the same, right? You see that? I flip between them, but the price itself here says 3 on the non-Heikin Ashi, it says 60347. On the Heikin Ashi, it says 6035. It's because it's the average. So anyways, I'm not here to talk or educate you guys on the Heikin Ashi. I just, I don't know how well versed people are in the realm of technical analysis. What I'm really trying to talk about is the fact that we were red. We hit our all-time high, we flipped red, and we've just flipped green. We've actually had 2 green days in a row. Okay, the last time that we flipped red and then we flipped green, okay, we had 2 green days in a row, but these were kind of not bullish looking days. So on general candles, right, on normal candles, regular Japanese candlesticks, seeing wicks to the bottom is a good thing. Seeing wicks to the top is a bad thing, right? Wicks to the bottom, good thing. Finding low points, right? Finding low points going up. Where on the Heikin Ashi, wicks to the upside are a good thing. Wicks to the downside are not as good. And here, where we flipped red and then green and then red again, these had wicks on the downside as well as wicks to the upside, rather neutral. But we did we stopped moving down, we just moved sideways. But overall, when we actually flipped green, we didn't have wicks to the downside, we have wicks to the upside. We went on a major tear. Okay, the time after that, whenever we flipped green, another tear, right? Here, more or less neutral here and there, but you can see where we continued to go up for a while, right? So what I'm trying to say, all this to say, is that this is big shit right now, okay? This is big stuff for Jesus Coin because we are hanging out at previous areas of all-time highs. We're still a pretty solid bit away. Go back to the regular chart here. We're about, I don't think that's accurate. Let's see. Come on now. We're about 67% away from our all-time highs as far as growth goes. Like 67% to the upside. If it was to the downside, it would be different. It all depends on how you measure it, right? From top to bottom, it's a 40% difference. And I do think we're about to see a move that takes us to new all-time highs. And I think that this right here is a signal showing us that what I've been talking about, what I'm sure a lot of you have been talking about, and what we all know to be true, is that this thing is going to continue to grow into the burn date and potentially even beyond it, right? I keep going back and forth on what I want to do, man. I'm convinced the emotionless trader investor in me, as much as I want to see this thing fly, I am going to take profits on the 15th, or I'm sorry, on the 25th. Not the 15th, on the 25th. But I was convinced that I was going to sell a lot more than I am now. I might stick to selling half. I might even sell less than that, but we'll see. It all depends. I'm getting married at the end of this month, you guys. I don't know if I've talked about that, but I am getting married at the end of this month. So extra money wouldn't be a bad thing, man. I just moved, getting married. It's Christmas. It's that time of year, man, where money is tight even without all that stuff. So especially when you're investing in crypto, because if you're like me, money's tight because you've got all your money in crypto. But anyways, main thing, guys, back to the task at hand here. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. In fact, it's like such a big deal that I feel like it's the main focus of this video is that we have closed 2 days now green to the upside on the Heikin Ashi, and I think we're looking like we want to do a third day here. And I think it's just the beginning, right? We're still in this consolidation phase as far as like regular old candles go. We're still consolidating, but I think that it just adds to the momentum. It adds to the truth, the vindication, the validation that we are probably not going to go lower in the RSI. We probably are going to go higher. We're going to see the overbought zone in no time. And for those of you who might be scared, who hear overbought, and it freaks you out maybe a little bit, it's like, oh, overbought, that means it's going to be time to sell. We're so close to the overbought zone right now. It's going to be time to sell soon. Well, here, let's see. Let's actually like get this real accurate here. Technically, you were just outside the overbought zone there. So right here, you were actually in it on this day. Okay. So on this day, you got into the overbought zone. Let's take it from the highest point on that day. The highest point the price was to the all-time high. That was still another 285% growth. Okay, over the coming week. So we get overbought. It's not all over. It's just beginning, right? It's just if we look at this move for what it is before this bar versus after this bar, most of the move happened after it, right? After we got overbought, and you see that with strong moves generally, right? We go back over here. You get overbought on this day. We'll put one over here. First time being overbought in a while. Most of the move happened after it, not before, right? So even if you're late to the party, even if you're like, well, I don't know if I want to put money in on Jesus coin here. Maybe it drops lower. Maybe this is all hype. The burn is all hype and stuff like that. Okay, like that's okay. You see this overbought zone come into play. Let that be the validation you need. Let this Heikin Ashi be the validation that you need that we are probably very likely going higher than this high. And where do I think we're going again? I think we're going to take out another zero. We're going to see that 5-0 land all the way up here, right? Something like that. And probably a little bit below or a little bit above it. I mean, looking at it yesterday for what it was, taking this like little measure move here, if we were to break out and do like a symmetrical kind of maneuver, that could take us up a lot higher even over here, which from the current price gives us a range of anything from about 188, 190% growth to potentially 327% growth within the next 2 weeks. It's the 11th on this chart right now, right? It's the 10th for me still, but it is the 11th, so we've got 2 weeks literally worth of time. We've seen these moves. Once you get overbought, again, I'm gonna go. Maybe I should just click it all the way back. Let's just go all the way back. There we go. One more forward. Not that one. This is on the daily. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days before we found the top after we got overbought, and then here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Okay, so a week, 2 weeks time, it might seem like it's short, but this thing does not need a lot of time to move up rather dramatically. I would expect that we would get some good old-fashioned bearish divergence with this next high. We'll probably come up here, have a lower high in the RSI while promoting a substantially higher high in the price. And then we probably see a pullback, and then who knows, maybe you do make another drive higher and you get double bearish divergence where you get another lower high here and you get another higher high. You can see that, but I'm not so sure at the moment. We've yet to have this next high, so let's just see how we do with that. But a double bearish divergence kind of maneuver would imply that we would not go below this area. We probably would, if not bounce above this area or at this area, we would go higher, right? And that would just add to the overall gains. But that would be after the burn. I wouldn't expect that we would do that before the burn, because that's a lot of wig wagging before the burn. So all that to say, guys, it's just more of the same stuff. I think things look bullish. We're going up to the 5-0 line, maybe even up to 5 zeros, 1-7, somewhere in there. Daily RSI looks nice. Weekly RSI, what's the weekly RSI look like actually? Very hot. very, very, very hot. Maybe we don't get that double bullish divergence or bearish divergence. I'm sorry. 4-hour RSI, the strongest that it's been. It's seeing levels that are at the highest it's been. It did have hidden bearish divergence, and we still continued higher. This hidden bearish divergence does go away as soon as we close a 4-hour above this candle here, which I don't think we have. No, we haven't. So as soon as we close above about 6 zeros, 365, the hidden bearishness goes away. All that to say, though, since we were up here, this is the hottest the RSI has been throughout this whole consolidation phase. So we are showing more strength. Pair that with all the other stuff I've said. You know, that the main focus of this video that I wanted to announce was this daily Heikin Ashi crossing to the greens. So I meant to talk about it yesterday, but here we are talking about it today. That's all I got for you guys. So if you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. It is not too late to buy some Jesus coins. If you are nervous, if you're hesitant, I understand. We are at near all-time high levels. There's nothing wrong with waiting. There's absolutely nothing wrong with waiting, though I personally think we're not going to go too much lower, man. I think already now, seeing prices below like 6033, it's not going to happen, at least until after the burn date. You know, and even then maybe it doesn't happen. Who knows? But yeah, I think that was it, man, for the day. Maybe we go a little bit lower today. It's possible. You know, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think that this is like go time, man. It's like we're doing the what does the train conductor do? Where they go like all aboard, last call. It's the last call, right? The final kind of warning before we start to move higher is what I think we're doing right now. So if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. I appreciate all of you very much. Thank you for coming day in, day out, watching this stuff. Look at this, man. Wow. Hold on. I'm sorry. I know, guys. I'm bad. You closed above the 236 yesterday. You closed above it. After wicking to the 382, I guess you wicked through it, whatever. Closing above the 236 would be really strong. That'd be, or not really strong. It's already really strong. It would be really nice to kind of validate the idea that we are going to see extensions from top to bottom. I would think we at least see this 1618. Technically, from a technical perspective, at least we would see this. Even at like a worst case scenario, that's our worst case scenario, but I think we're going to see this, if not likely higher than that. So maybe not all the way up here, but above this is what I'm thinking. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If you stayed around for that little extra bit, there's that. But yeah, take care, have a good day, hit that like button, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.